So since I'm on summer break, I thought this would be a great time to start doing reading challenges. So I was looking through like what reading challenges could I possibly do this week, and I'm gonna do the phone pickups equal the amount of pages I read, and I'm really excited for this. I think this is gonna be like a good introductory reading challenge to start everything off. Nothing like 24-hour reading challenge. I don't know if I'm gonna do that again. Let me know if I should do that again. But yeah, we're gonna start off with today. Today is Friday, and we're gonna be doing this for an entire week. I think it's 58 pages today, which is pretty tame. Last week, I think I was like rotting in my dorm after studying for a final, and I think I was just like, I would expect more, but maybe I was either on my phone just for a longer time or I was on my computer. But for the books that I picked quite a few, and they're kind of like all fantasy, but realistically, I know I'm only gonna like read one or two in this video. So at first I picked out these two big books, and I wanted to do like big books because I know when school starts back up, I'm not gonna have time to read. So I want to get like some of the big books out of the way that I've been wanting to read. But I was like, why am I gonna start a new fantasy series when I have two that I have to finish? So then I was thinking of Saint and Defend the Dawn. These are both continuations of series that I'm in. And then I was gonna read the Davenports, but then I just got finished watching Bridgerton. And I'm like, do I want to read more of that right now? I don't know. It was in between these two, and I picked Defend the Dawn. I was gonna read this in my last reading vlog, but I never got to it. But now I'm going to read it, and hopefully I enjoy it and get through it as quickly and as much as I did the first one. So I'm gonna start this, the 58 pages. This should be a walk in the park. This is nothing to me. And I'll get back to you guys once I finish the task. All right, guys, so it's like 9 something, 10 something. It's like 10 something. And I did it! Read 58 pages. I'm on page 70, which means I read 2 extra pages. I was gonna try to get to page 100, but I was just like, let's not push it. But yeah, day 1 of the challenge is complete, and I am reading Defend the Dawn. Did I already say that? Thoughts on the book so far? This is the sequel, so I don't want to, get too into it because, y'all might want to read the book. Overall, like, I'm pretty neutral. I'm not like, oh my god, I'm so excited for this. Like, I was so excited for this after I read Defy the Night, but since I took so long to buy it and also took so long to read it, it's just like that fire kind of got extinguished. But I'm excited about being back in the world and like getting into the story. I'm not even 100 pages in yet, so I'm not gonna go ahead and judge it, but I'm pretty neutral right now. So hopefully tomorrow, I think our goal is over 100 pages. We can get more into the story and possibly enjoy it more. See you guys tomorrow. We might have an issue. So it is the second day, and it's 10:30. I didn't read a single page today. So I think our goal for today is 102. So that would make us go to like 100 and... Okay, so I did read 2 pages. We would just need to get to 172. And I'm on page 72. So we think we can do that in an hour and 30? I'm gonna start now. Okay, guys, so it's well past 12 in the morning, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna finish my goal. Thank you. But I do have a little things to say about this book. I didn't reach the goal yet, but whatever. Tessa, you are really testing my patience. First of all, Bridget, Miss Bridget, I really do not care for how the wind is whipping Tessa's hair and her skirt. I really do not care for the boat and how the sail is set up and like how the boat is shifting. Girl, I do not care. Why are there paragraphs dedicated to these worthless, unvaluable descriptions? It's wasting my time. Tessa, you're making me mad because I don't know why fantasy books love to do this in the second book. These girls love to mess with these dangerous men. Y'all knew they were dangerous from the jump. Y'all knew they were dangerous. Stop playing. Stop playing. Fable, I'm looking at you with West. What's her name? Oh, I forget her name. Tessa, I'm looking at you with Coric. Y'all knew these were dangerous men from the jump, and you still were messing with them. But now in the second book, you're like, he's dangerous. He scares me. I don't feel safe.
You're going to jail.
But you were kissing him and basically telling him you love him in the first book. But you were all up on him in the first book. Oh. What changed? And also, I don't like this second character thing. I don't like that. I don't know if it says that in like the little summary thing, but I don't like that this like unknown charming, he's not charming to me. Like, he actively thinks he is Nikolai. Like, you will never be Nikolai Lantsov. Like, I'm sorry. You can sail as many ships as you want. You can be this charming, allegedly, man and nice and sweet to our main character. You'll never be Nikolai. Guillotine. But they have this second character coming in that's supposed to like take Tessa away from Korik, basically. And oh, like, he's so nice and his crew is so loyal and his ship is so much better than the palace. Then live on the boat then. Hey! Then leave the palace. No one's forcing you to stay. She keeps complaining and it's getting me mad. Hey, leave. And whenever the second guy that's coming in to like ruin their relationship or whatever, whenever he makes remarks that, you know, kind of tie Tessa and Korik together, like, oh, will you and Prince Korik be sleeping in the same bunk or whatever? And Tessa would be like, oh no, we're not, he's not, but we, say a sentence, say a full thought out statement. Like, what happened? Genuinely, these two were kissing, making out in the forest, and now it's like, when asked if they're together, when asked if they have any connection. Interesting. I'm gonna get back to reading these like 40 pages and I'll be back. So it is 1:30 in the morning, but I did get to 172. So I did finish today's goal. Technically, not really technically because it's the next day, but like, who cares? But yeah, everything I said before still stands. A lot's going on right now. Relationship wise, plot wise, there's a lot of things we need to figure out and we need to get to. But one last thing before we go into the next day. It's really crazy how let's say character A and B are like friends or like they have a good relationship. Character A betrays character B, and then let's say they get over it, they're back to being good friends, and then character A finds out that character B is still suspicious of them. It's like, yeah, girl, you betrayed them. Why would they not be suspicious of you? She's like, they're suspicious of me for months? You lied to this character for months. So yeah, I would think they would still be suspicious of you. Glad we completed the goal, kind of, not really, but we did. And I'll see you guys for tomorrow, technically later today. I think it's a lower goal today, so I think we can definitely get it done within the actual day. All right, y'all, it's day 3. We're starting bright and early. It's 1:30 in the afternoon, but I'm going to be continuing Defend the Dawn. And today, I think the goal is 81 pages, so that's a little less than yesterday. I'm going to try to read a little further than that because I don't want to beat down with this book, but I want to get into it more. But the next few days after this, I know it's like over 100 pages, so yeah, I'm gonna try to get through this also so we can read another book too, because I want to read 2 books in this video, or at least try. So yeah, I'll come back to you with any updates, anything that crazy happens, because we know the rant that I was on yesterday. And yeah, all right guys, so you're gonna be so excited because not only did I meet the goal, wait, I didn't even do the math correctly. Not only did I finish the goal today before 12 a.m. I went above and beyond and I actually read... That's actually a good question. So in total, I read 153 pages. So I read like 72 more pages than I needed to. But yeah, so I'm quite literally more than halfway. I'm not sure the percentage. I'm gonna say 70% in. I have like this much left. Oh, I also bookmarked this thing on top because, guys, this might be spoilers for Defend the Dawn. Spoiler, skip to this part if you don't care. But I'm gonna be vague. I'll try and be vague. I had so many issues reading today. Like I was saying before in an earlier clip about how the main character is messing with a guy who is dangerous, and then in the second book, they'll be like, I'm scared of you. This character was doing that insane, like times 100. There was a person that quite literally caused mass destruction in book 1. And that person is telling our character now to be frightened, to be wary of another character. You cause mass destruction, and the character they're telling us to be worried about kills people who have done wrong. And also, this character claims that she is not naive, that she is not a clueless idiot, but literally someone can utter one concern about a certain character and she's like, you're right, they're bad, you're right, they suck. You are so easily persuaded. And she was not like this in the first book. She held her ground with a certain character. This character had to win her trust or whatever. And now, like, they were together in the first book. And now, this new character that comes in that's supposed to, like, steal this other character from the main character, he says, like, are you in harm's way? Am I making things worse for you by letting this person be on the ship? And she's like,
maybe he's right.
you've met this person quite literally 3 days ago, and you've known this man for quite literally more than a year. The first guy. This is so confusing without names, but I'm just saying, like, her loyalty is actually shot. And they talk about loyalty throughout this entire book, and this girl is easily persuaded because two people, first of all, one person that she just met and the second caused mass destruction in the last book, are telling her to be wary of one character that she has known and says that she loves. She loves this guy. And two people are like, he's dangerous. You're dangerous! It's literally like the blind leading the blind. Two dangerous people are telling you another dangerous person is dangerous. Yeah, no shit. Last thing about this stupid, I don't want to say it's a stupid book, but like, it's just like, this is so dumb. I'm so mad. Why was our main character going to punch another character? And this secondary character that came in to, like, you know, separate the couple, he comes in there, stops her from hitting him, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry. And the guy's like, oh, you don't need to defend me. And the secondary character was like, I'm not defending you. I'm scared of what you'll do when she hits you.
I'm so serious. I'd be glad when somebody get that hoe and drag that bitch and beat the fuck out of her.
She is the aggressor. Hey, so if someone's pointing a gun at me and someone comes in to stop the altercation and they say, nah, I don't want you to shoot her because I'm gonna be afraid of what she'll do once you do it.
What's going on?
What? They're hurting me. She's hurting him. What? And this man has never caused harm to this girl in any way, shape, or form. And when he goes to touch her, she's flinching. She's like scared and frightened. I'm like, where has this come? Because of these two people, mind you, that have no loyalty to her. Just because they said something, she's scared. What? So this book makes no sense, but I don't even know. If I find any other problems, I'll let y'all know. But yeah, I finished the goal today. I'm very happy with myself. We only have like 100, almost like 100 pages left. Yeah, so I'll definitely finish this tomorrow. I don't know what our goal is tomorrow. It might be over 100. So if it is, I'll just finish this book and then we can move on to another one. Yes! But I'll see you guys tomorrow with the next goal. It's a new day. So I think it's day 4 of the challenge. The goal today is to read 111 pages. I'm on page 325. So that is gonna go over this book because this book is only like 429. And so I'm gonna have to make up like 7 pages in another book. So yeah, I'm gonna get started reading. After I eat and stuff, I'll come back to you guys once I'm finished with Defend the Dawn. Hey guys, so it's the next day and I didn't read a single page yesterday. Out of the house a lot, and then by the time I came back, like, I started not feeling good, and yeah, so I'm sick, you know, when am I not? So I spent last night, this morning, and this afternoon dying. And now I kind of feel alive. So I'm gonna try and do Monday's goal. It is Tuesday. So I'm gonna try and do Monday's goal since I didn't finish it. I'll just update you guys. I'll try and finish this book today, but no promises. Alright, y'all, so it's nighttime and I finished Defend the Dawn. Honestly, I don't know what to rate it. I'm thinking maybe like a 3.75. It's just because the way Tessa was written was kind of crazy to me. Like, in the first book, she was all about like having her own opinions, and I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like, she was very opinionated, and that was like the driving force of the second half of the first book. And in this book, she was so naive, and like I was explaining to you guys before, how like that character that literally like tried to kill her and this other like secondary character, like, they would say anything and she would literally be like, you're right. And she even said it, that she was like, I've been too naive. She says she's been too trusting and naive. I'm just like, yeah, I've been saying that since the beginning of this book freak. I don't know why you were switching up on everyone. Like, girl, what the fuck? She was just annoying, and like a lot of the shit just didn't make sense. I'm just like, she like, Bridget, like, love you, maybe, but just like, why did you do that? Just unnecessary shit went down. And now I guess I'm like curious about the third book. I don't even know, y'all. I'll probably get it, but I'm just like really mad. Oh my god, my favorite author, Adrienne Young, quoted this book: immersive and engaging. Well, that means I have to continue it. Like, if Adrienne Young says immersive and engaging, I have to continue. But yeah, y'all, so this was Monday's goal, which was 111 pages. I did read 104, so I need like 7 more pages of a book, so I'm gonna go choose that book. But we completed Monday's goal even though it's Tuesday, and then tomorrow we'll complete Wednesday. So everything's just been shifted a day later because I literally was dying in the last 12 hours. So let's go pick the book and I'll be back. Alright, y'all, so I chose The Brothers Hawthorne to read from right now. I'm gonna read about 7 pages and then we'll be done with the goal, and then we can go on to tomorrow. So I'll update you when I read 7 pages. Alright guys, I finished reading the 7 pages. One thing I can already tell you guys is I'm probably not gonna continue reading this. I might, but I don't think so, because reading I'm not on page 7, I'm on page like 19 or something, or 16, because I read like 10 pages, I read like the first 6 pages of this book, something like that. I don't think I'm gonna read this because it just literally brought back some of the things I didn't like about this book. I'm not completely happy with the couple in this book, but they're cute, and I just feel bad for the other brother. I love the other brother so much. And then also, it just makes me mad, like Avery's decision, what she does with the money. It's just like, girl, I would literally kill her. Like, I would be like, you're really gonna do that? But he's my grandpa. I would actually send a hitman to kill her. Like, you're not gonna do that. If you know, you know. But yeah, we're done with this goal, or today's task. Yeah, it's not even really today, but I'll see you tomorrow for Wednesday, technically Tuesday's task. I don't know who engineered this cup, but it's like a sippy cup thing. I'm not 5, but when you close it, your drink still comes out of it. Who did this? It can come out, but it can't go back in. So I gotta pop the lid. Guys, what is up? So it is like, when was I sick? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, it's Friday. So I did skip like in total 4 days. So yes, we are this was supposed to be the last day of the challenge, but it's actually, I think it's day 5 technically. So I'm gonna be reading Tuesday's goal on Friday. But y'all, after I like finished Defend the Dawn, I needed some time to marinate. And also I couldn't read. But this is the thing, I didn't just give up the challenge, I just stopped, I took a pause. And wouldn't it be worse if I just gave up? Yeah. So we finished Defend the Dawn, so we need another book. Now I did start reading The Brothers Hawthorne, but I already told y'all I'm not gonna read that. And The Brothers Hawthorne is 500 pages. I couldn't get through 7. So, but since it's getting warmer. It's like the summer. Since it's getting warmer, it made me want to read like a summer romance. So then I looked at my pile of books that I have on the ground, and I realized that I don't have any romance books, and the only one I have left is Love in Other Words. And I've tried to read this probably like 5 times over the years, and I just haven't been able to get into it. So I said, since this is like my last romance book that I have physically, I can try and read this. And if not, I was looking up summer romance book recs on TikTok. Don't know why I did that. They gave me the same 5 books: Beach Read, People We Met on Vacation. Are we back in 2020? Now I gotta actually put on my thinking cap, I gotta put on my detective goggles, I gotta rework the algorithm, and I gotta find books on my own. So I think I'm gonna do, if I can't get into this, I'm going to do The Summer of Broken Rules, which I think that could be fun. And then also I saw Every Summer After, but something happens in that book that people are mad about, and I'm like, does he cheat? Is there another I don't know. I'm in between those two, but I'm also gonna do, the fuck was that about? But But I'm also gonna do some more digging and see if I can find some, like, maybe just books that people haven't really been promoting, and I'll let you guys know. But the goal today is, I love that I said this at the end, but the goal today is, I think, 122, and that's gonna get us pretty far into the book. I think whatever book we choose is gonna get us pretty far. Yeah, I'll give you guys updates with the book I choose and my read updates. So is it the next day? Yeah, guys, the days are actually getting kind of insane and crazy for me to expect you to keep up with when I'm not following the schedule anymore. It's been more than a week. I'm skipping days. Like, the challenge is dead, but I'm still reading, so like I'm still gonna complete it. I did start reading Love in Other Words, which is kind of crazy. Like, this is a big thing. Like, this isn't no small type of, no, this is a big. When I tell you guys, I've been trying to read this book for years. This book has been on my shelf for years, and I'm finally now getting to it. It's kind of crazy. I'm 133 pages in. I completed the goal, which was 122. I think I read 127 pages. Something like that. Chandler, you do the math up here if that's not correct. But yeah, I'm gonna continue reading, but I'm gonna wait till it turns to like 12 a.m. and then I'm gonna add that to tomorrow, because tomorrow we don't even have that big of a goal. How I'm feeling about this book? I'm kind of liking it. I'm getting through it pretty fast. It did not take me a long time to get these like 100 pages and change done. When they're kids, Elliot is very like unique. I never read about a child acting like this. I don't know, like he's very perceptive for being a teenager. What's that? But I mean, he's perceptive as like a teenage boy. For instance, like Macy had first gotten her period and he was really understanding. And it's just like, oh, and you're actually giving good advice. Thanks. And like, this gotta be one of a kind, because I've never heard, experienced, seen, interacted. I've never dealt with this type of thing before. Elliot, I feel like he's on another level, which is kind of crazy. And he has all brothers, so it's not even like he has like a lot of girls around him. So Elliot, is this just embedded in your DNA? That's interesting. But yeah, I'm excited to get to their teen years. I'm still, well, they're in their teen years, but like older teen years, you know what I mean? Because they're like 15, 14. I need them to be like 17, 16. Oh, if you don't know what this is about, it's basically just like a childhood friends to lovers type of situation between Macy and Elliot, and it goes between the past and the present and shows you them becoming childhood friends and then lovers, and then also in the now where they're not together and they're living completely separate lives and they haven't talked in 11 years, but then all of a sudden they see each other at this random coffee shop. And yeah, and then the now chapters I'm liking. Macy is like in another relationship in the now, but she's talking to Elliot, but Elliot broke up with his girlfriend the instant that he saw Macy, but she's still dealing with Sean. And then she told Sean about Elliot, and Elliot was kind of being real. He was like, I don't mind if you love someone else, but if that love is making you question why you're with me, then that's the issue. And I'm like, oh, I thought I was supposed to hate you. I thought I was supposed to hate him or feel bad for him, but I'm agreeing with him. And also the now Elliot, why is he kind of giving me the ick? No, because honestly, breaking up with your girlfriend the instant you see your ex is kind of scary. Like, I would call the police. I need witness protection. And then also he's like, I loved you and I know you loved me too. Girl, back up, because you're not going to tell me my emotions. But honestly, people need to be telling Macy her emotions, because why is she saying he only had to see me to know, whereas I can barely trust a single feeling I have? Girl, you might actually need Elliot to tell you what to do. And she basically just said also before that Elliot is taking care of both of our hearts while I flop around trying to figure it all out. Girl. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm seeing the issue and why you guys stopped talking, because she said they had an argument one night and she left and never spoke to him again. I'm excited to see where this is gonna go. I have a feeling I'm really gonna like this, like 4-star and above. But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. If not tomorrow, quite literally in like 10 minutes when it turns to 12 and I'm reintroducing the next day. Alright guys, so I never did an intro. Okay, guys, well, this is the next day. Today's goal was to do 81 pages, and I actually read 118. So I'm over halfway into the book. I'm at like 250. We're just continuing seeing Elliot and Macy's relationship grow. I'm finally at the part that I was talking about earlier where I wanted to see them be kind of older teenagers and actually like be able to like understand their feelings. I don't know, they were also having those like awkward, weird teenager conversations, and I feel like Christina Lauren did a really good job portraying that and writing those scenes. In terms of the now chapters, Sean, death penalty. Death penalty because, first of all, this man is weird. If your fiance is talking about how she's going out, or not going, but like, you know, meeting up with one of her exes, and he's just like, all right, well, you gotta choose. Let me know if it's different. And then he only wants her for sex. I think they were in bed one time and she was just trying to talk to him and he just wanted the cooter. Girl, you're like 40. You're more than 40. Like, why are you acting like you're 16 and you don't have any control of your shit down there? Like, what the fuck is going on? And he's just so passive of her. Like, he doesn't really like, she said this too, like, I feel like he wouldn't give a fuck if she died or not, because she says she just feels like an accessory, and that's what it's giving like you're not really a part of the family. And she tried to cook. Tell me why they like went out on a picnic, including Elliot, Sean, everyone went on this picnic. She was like, so Sean, like, how did you feel about meeting all my friends? He was like, they're fine. Like, he couldn't give less of a shit. I'm just like, girl, the signs are there. Break up with him. He told you. He literally told, he was like, you're gonna have to choose if you want me, Elliot, or neither of us. He literally said that. Girl, he does not give a fuck. Leave! But, yeah, our goal is like over 100 tomorrow. So I think we can get through this book. I do start summer school. I do start summer school tomorrow, but hopefully, you know, it doesn't take over my life and I can still read and do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with any updates. I was really enjoying this book, but why am I at a wedding? Like, we have conversations to be had. They have to talk about what happened 11 years ago and why they stopped talking, and they're over here watching his brother get married. They keep exaggerating. If they keep not getting to the point, 1 star. Y'all, I have 30 pages left. This is not a good book. I will explain, and I'm sorry, but there has to be spoilers because this behavior is unacceptable. I'll be back. I have words. So let's get the stats out the way. So I finished this book. The goal today was 115 pages. I read 152 because I had to keep reading because at one point, yeah, I was enjoying the book and I had to find out what was happening next. I had to figure out Elliot and Macy's story. And now that I've read their story, I want to know why people are giving this book 5 stars. So skip to this time if you don't want spoilers. Okay, so I already filmed like a end piece to what I thought about the book, but it's just riddled with spoilers, and I also started reading reviews and like looking into how people felt about this book, and it's like on one side people love it, on the other it's like what the fuck. And without spoiling it in its entirety, it just like deals with a deeper topic that I feel was glossed over, and even me, I realized when I first read it, I took what it was at surface value, but looking into it, I realized that there was possibly like sexual assault that occurred, and I feel like even if it's what, you know, was told to us, or it was the sexual assault, this like makes no sense. But like, even if a character like did what was being told that he was doing, or if it was sexual assault, I feel like how that storyline played out was very glossed over, and quite literally it was like everything was happening in the last like 30 to like 50-ish pages of the book. We are like thrown all this information and it feels unresolved. It's like you went 11 years without speaking to this man and now y'all are getting nasty and freaky the next day, like after you told him all this like sad, depressing shit. It just takes a turn. And I'm not saying that like this can't be emotional or have deeper meaning, but the way it was dealt with I didn't really like, and it's kind of up in the air if a character character got sexually assaulted or not. It's just like, like, Christina and Lauren, what do y'all want me to do with this? Root for the couple? Like, no, like, they need to talk. I don't even know if they should be together right now. Yeah, this was definitely an interesting read, and not in a good way. I was liking it, as you can see, but then it started to take a turn at the end. So this is gonna be 1 star, unfortunately. But I will see you guys tomorrow for the last day of the challenge. So, it's been days, actually. Why has this challenge literally taken me, let me think, I think maybe 2 weeks. But y'all, I just got back from Barnes & Noble. What were you doing there? Anyway, and I got Daughter of the Pirate King by Tricia Levenseller, and I got the first one and the second one because Barnes & Noble had this little tag and it was like, this duology is like the female Jack Sparrow. It said pirate. I'm like, okay, immediately nautical vibes, they're gonna be on a ship. And if y'all know, I love Adrienne Young Fable, and she had red hair, and it immediately brought me to Fable. And then I looked at the length of this book and it was only like 300 pages, more or less, and I was like, so it's a quick fantasy duology. Yeah, I'm reading this. I want to read this so bad, but I actually have homework. I gotta read St. Augustine. Y'all know about him? Our goal is 54 pages. Hopefully I make it there. So we have came to the conclusion of this video. I finally read the 54 pages, and I read that in My Dark Romeo. I picked this book because I just finished Maxton Hall, and I finished Maxton Hall, the TV show, and like it made me ascend from my chair. I don't know, whoever created that masterpiece, you deserve everything you want in life. Amazing show, best show I've seen in a long time. I'm ecstatic for season 2. It makes me kind of want to read the books, but I don't know. But anyway, I started reading My Dark Romeo. I don't know how I feel about this. It says it's enemies to lovers, and then I wanted to read some people's reviews to see like if it was any good or not, because I don't know why for my version it says it's 597 pages. I checked on Goodreads, it's like on average like 360 pages. Why is my version almost 600 pages long? I digress. But people in the reviews were saying that it wasn't good, so I don't know if I'll continue. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, starting My Dark Romeo, and then we finished 2 books in this video. First one we finished was Defend the Dawn by Bridget Kemmerer. I'm not even sure why I gave this book 3 stars. I already told you guys how I felt about this book earlier in the video. I feel like Tessa just did a whole 360. I don't understand what that was about at all. I like the story. The plot is the only reason why I'm continuing the series, and I should probably be reading that instead of My Dark Romeo, but whatever. And then we read Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I gave this a 1 star. I think I am going to change it to a 2 star because before all of the stuff that happened at the end, it was pretty decent. I don't know, I kind of have no feelings toward this book, and I hate the ending, so mediocre. But yes, this has been a long video, long journey. I almost died during it, but that's okay. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if I should do more reading challenges. I always love doing reading challenges, even though I barely complete them half the time. But yes, let me know if you guys like this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.